Make a Path presents Let's Talk. Alright guys, I finished watching Season 3, so let's start the review because it was, it was pretty powerful stuff. Fucking cool. I might break this up, to be honest with you. I'm not going to ramble, but I might break this up. If you see short videos popping up in the subscription feed, that is what I did. Let's get right into it. Game of Thrones Season 3. Let's talk. Okay, if you're new at Make a Path Presents, my name is Ronnie Hayes, and if you want my thoughts on Season 2 and Season 1, Season 1 was spoiler-free. Season 2, we jumped into some spoilers, but I'm going to try not to repeat myself, you know? So, if you want extra thoughts and opinions, my thoughts and opinions, on certain characters or the story, then go ahead and check out Season 2. And yes, I did do Season 2 and 3 back-to-back because so many fucking people were hinting at Red Wedding. Alright, first off, let's start with a character I did not go into detail with before. I did say that I thought their story was interesting, but this person is Jon Snow. I wrote down that his story's fucking slow. I see some people that talk about other shows and they talk about how like, oh, it was a whole season and nothing happened. And Jon Snow's story is like that. Season 1, he goes to the wall and becomes a man of the Night's Watch. I'm not going through all his trials and tribulations and being called a bastard, but I'm talking about just a summary. Season 2, he went outside the wall where the wildlings are, and he began his romance with Ygritte. Hope I said that right. And then he became a prisoner and a captive. He did the whole swap-a-roo, because she was his prisoner and then he became hers. And in Season 3, he went from being the prisoner to the new recruit as a wildling under Mance Raydar's leadership. And then the romance with Ygritte kind of develops from there and really takes its footing, its stronghold, I should say. Jon Snow's story, it's not like this huge, epic, crazy journey. Listen, some epic shit happens, no doubt. Is it interesting? Yes. Do I like the character? Yes. Would I want them to change anything? I mean, I didn't read the books, but offhand, no. You know, I enjoyed it. I liked it. I'm not saying this as a negative. I'm just saying this as an observation. It's funny how we put blinders on and call out other shows. And I'm talking about other shows that don't deserve it, you know? There's some shows that fucking deserve it a lot, you know? Anyway, moving on to Mance. I do feel that character, Mance Rayder, I believe that was his name, I like the actor. I like him in a bunch of things. He is a sound choice. He has been in a ton of different other projects or other movies and television shows. Here's the only problem. Even though he is an established actor, I personally felt he was miscast in this role. Now, did he do a bad job? No, not at all. The whole time, something was standing out that just was off. And I could not put my finger on it. And I just finally gave up and said, you know what, something's wrong with that. It just felt miscast some sort of way. Now, as far as the Ygritte relationship, that was fine. That was absolutely fine. It was definitely predictable. You saw it coming a mile away. I mean, you get the female captive, and then she's good looking. The moment he flipped back her hood, I was like, it's on. Jon Snow is breaking some vows. But I do want to say this whole you-know-nothing Jon Snow, it was used a little more than I felt it should have been. It felt more like something that we can identify that proves the relationship is actually developing, more so than something that is authentic. And it's just a small complaint. I just personally felt like that was for the audience to say, hey, look, this relationship is actually developing. After the third or fourth time, it lost the authenticity. I personally felt, and again, this is a small nitpick, it should have been first time he sees her, last time he sees her, you know nothing, Jon Snow. Fine. But my one serious complaint, and this is a complaint that I will not back down from, so if you want to debate it, feel free. However, this one huge complaint with Jon Snow was the part where they proved he was still a crow. And what it was is Jon Snow was supposed to kill this old guy. Now, first off, the old guy was done. He was basically a prisoner. He wasn't armed. He was harmless. There was absolutely no way this man can harm him in the immediate future. You know what I'm saying? Unless they let him go and he went and told reinforcements. Now he hesitates in killing him, and you guys know if you've seen it, Ygritte shoots him with the arrow, Jon Snow pushes her, and they have this whole Royal Rumble shit. That was absolutely, completely forced in my eyes, because obviously Jon Snow's not gonna kill the guy. And it doesn't fucking prove he's still a crow. I mean, at all. Because when he was a crow, and he was giving orders, you know, as a crow to kill Ygritte, he couldn't do it. He could not kill his mortal enemy, which was a wildling. They're out there to kill wildlings, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't kill her because she's a woman, she's harmless, she's a prisoner. He just doesn't feel that it's right. He doesn't feel it's an honorable thing. I really only watched it once, so I didn't go in depth, but that's what I got from it. In first viewing, he just did not feel there was honor in that. She was defeated at that moment, so he didn't kill his fucking enemy. She saw that as a wildling. You know, the other people most likely know that. They joked around with it while they were taking him to see Mance Rayder. So it's like, they fucking know he will not kill somebody who is already defeated, yet alone an old, helpless man that can do them no harm unless he runs off again and tells other people to come and attack them. So just for them to jump up immediately and say, oh, he's still a crow, let's all of a sudden just kill him because, you know, he did the same exact thing he did before against the white. It just didn't make any fucking sense. It felt like that was the one thing the screenwriter was like, we need him, you know, to basically be called out as a crow. So we need to push this story. We need to force it to go a certain direction. And it was hard to enjoy that scene because it was just so forced watching it. And mind you, this was after his own fucking people tried to kill him and Ygritte. When they were going up the wall, that warg or whatever guy, the guy who can go into animals and control them and fly around and shit, he cut the rope, almost killing them. He didn't even give them a chance. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh shit is going bad. Let me just cut the rope real quick and kill them both. He didn't even give them a chance. It didn't fit. Where's the loyalty? I just felt like Jon Snow could have been like, wait a minute, loyalty? You're talking about loyalty? Am I still a crow or am I loyal to the wildlings? You almost killed us, you know, because one little thing went wrong. What if we go into battle and, you know what I mean, the crows are starting to take out our flank? Are you going to just run away and retreat? Where's your loyalty? And it's the same thing. They're on the wall climbing up. There's problems. The friggin' wildling wants to kill the other two wildlings to save his own ass. If you're in battle, why would you want that guy on your side? If the battle starts going, you know, the wrong direction and you start losing, do you want the guy who's only going to cover his own ass? See, all of that shit does not make any sense to me. And I know the wildlings are wild and are not all that, you know, in the head, and between the wall shit and calling him out as being still a crow, it pulled me right out of it. I was like, well, there's a lot of fucking problems here. You know, it's not settling right. And again, some of that we can also chalk up to just those characters are shitty, you know. Not like saying it's bad writing, but just saying, yeah, like everyone involved right there just fucked up, you know, totally. And as far as Sam's another cool one. He's cool, but when it starts splintering off and going into the whole Sam and Gilly, is that her name, with the baby, I cannot maintain interest in that. All in all, even though it seems like I'm nagging on a couple of those points, don't take it as that, because I really, really enjoyed it. In Season 3, there was enough there to put this higher up on one of the most enjoyable parts of the show for me. Would be Jon Snow at the wall, the wildlings. I did enjoy it, so even though I was pointing out more negatives than positives, don't worry about it because I really did enjoy it. So, moving on, next, let's talk about Theon Greyjoy.